That which was from the beginning, which we've heard, which we've seen with our eyes, which we have looked upon, and our hands have handled of the word of life. Word Out, a young people's church of the Men of Issachar Vision Incorporated, brings you God's word. Be blessed as you listen.
With increase in wisdom, you are now wiser. You are now wiser. Increase in wisdom, you are now wiser. And if you look at it from that perspective, how do I become wiser? Because if I must survive these times by wisdom, I must become wiser. I must become wiser. If you have your Bible there, open with me to Psalm 119, verse 98. Psalm 119. Psalm 119. Just leave that on the screen. Don't disturb that. Psalm 119. Have you seen it? Let's start from verse 98. Psalm 119. Let's start from verse 98. Yes, let me just see. Okay.
Your commands make me wiser than my enemy.
Can you hear that clearly? Your commands make me wiser than my enemies. Please see it. One of your enemies is difficult times. What's an enemy? An enemy is anything that doesn't want you to achieve your aim. An enemy is anything that wants to, it's not necessarily a person. Difficult times an enemy. So what makes you to overcome when you become wiser? Do you get it? So the commandments of God made him wiser. So when you become wiser than your enemies cannot stop you. Is that clear? When you become wiser than your enemies. During the Biafra War, how did Nigerian government conquer Odume Gojuku? Someone approached Gowon, General Yakub Gowon, his name, Obafemi Awolowo. That's why people from the east don't like that man. They approached, he said, this war will continue forever. He said, these people, you are fighting them and you are still giving them food. He said, the war will never end. He said, but when you take away food, without food, nobody can fight. They will surrender. And Gowon said, you mean it? He said, yes. So they stop all planes landing food in the southeastern part of Nigeria. They stop them from moving. If you are carrying food, they stop them. But if you are carrying drugs, you can go. It is just drugs. But if it is food, you can't go. So when the people in the southeast ran out of food, when the soldiers ran out of food, it became common sense to surrender. So the war was not won by bullets, by bombings, no. The war was won by wisdom. Stop feeding them and they will surrender. The war in Palestine will not stop because they are allowing the people in Palestine to receive food. So they will keep fighting back. There are simple wisdom you apply when you want to win your enemy. So, what makes you win your enemy against your enemy? That's a difficult time. What makes you win over a difficult time is wisdom. So the wiser you are, the more you prevail over difficult times. So, wiser. That's our discourse this evening. Wiser. Now, wisdom is abstract. Are you with us? Wisdom is what? Abstract. So you can't really say this is wisdom. You can't really say this is wisdom. But it is what comes out of wisdom that you can trace back and say, actually there is wisdom. From a good tree, you have a good fruit. From a healthy tree, you have a healthy fruit. You understand that now? So how do you know there is wisdom here? You know wisdom because of what comes out of wisdom. So Luke chapter 7 verse 35. Jesus spoke. He said, wisdom is shown by what its followers do. Wisdom is shown to be right by what its followers do. So it is from action that you depict that this is wisdom. It is from an action that you say this is wisdom. So wisdom on its own is abstract, but the display of wisdom can be traced. So when the spirit of wisdom is traced to you, we can say, oh, that brother is wise. That pastor is wise. That auntie is wise. That boy is a wise child. Why? We can trace wisdom by its fruits. We can trace wisdom by the actions that proceed out of the person that claims to have wisdom. So wisdom is after. So what do you do? Or what depicts wisdom? If you know what depicts wisdom, only do more and you'll be wiser. Is that clear? If you know what depicts wisdom, do more of it and you'll become wiser. Because it is doing what depicts wisdom that makes people to call you wise. It is doing what that depicts wisdom that makes people to think you are wise. So if you do more of it, you'll be wiser. Do you get it? What makes people think that you are rich? I'm listening. Sister Rebecca. What makes people think that you are rich? Alright. Emmanuel, what makes people think you are rich? Appearance. Okay? So, what will you do to make people think you are richer? You step up that appearance. Is that not so? You step it up. So, if you are using iPhone 11 before, somebody say, see this rich auntie. When you bring up 14 Pro Max, what people say, she's not richer. Is that not it? You know, when you were wearing a designer before, okay, and you now step up your designer, what do they say? You are richer. So it is what people use to depict it. If you step it up, then you increase in it. So if people think you are wise before, if you can trace the element that made you look wise before, because I said wisdom is what? It's abstract. Then step it up and what? Will become wiser. And difficult times needs you to be wiser. Number one depiction of wisdom. Number one, the way you walk. Your walk. Wisdom is depicted by walk. The wise is known by the way the wise walk. The wise walk in light. Fools walk in darkness. The wise walk in light. Fools walk where? In darkness. What does it mean to walk in light? To walk in light means when you want to take any step, you are well informed. You know, Pastor Zeb, can you please come? I want you to come to me. Just take steps. Hey, you see, go back. Come to me, take steps. You didn't do it the way you did it before. Come to me, take steps. Because you have been familiar with it. Come to me, take steps. So when he was coming the earlier time, he checked where he was going to step from. When you are stepping to a place you have not been before, you check. Is that not it? You try and see, you put light. Have your sister. You put light on the place, you try and check. Am I stepping on the right place? Is that place slippery? You check. Why? You need light to take steps. The wise take steps with light. It is a fool that just walk anywhere without light. And march anywhere. And before you know it, you march, enter gutter. The wise doesn't work like that. So what does it mean? Before you take steps in life, what does the wise do? The wise is well informed. Fully informed. Light talks about information. The wise is fully informed. The wise is fully informed. You have all information. So you just don't hear about a business opportunity and immediately you throw your money there, bam. That is a fool. Are you with me? That is what? That's a fool. Some of you have put your money in some investment before and your money got burnt. Not only your money, your hand got burnt with it. And your integrity got burnt because you invited people to join the scheme. Your integrity what? Got burnt with it. But you notice that you didn't get enough information before you stepped in. If you had sought for enough information, you would have stepped in. You are delivered from traps when you have light. Information is light. If you be wiser in this time, have enough information. Don't jump on any opportunity without getting enough information. You cannot have over-information. You cannot be over-informed about a thing. So they send you a message and they tell you that job you have applied for, come for the interview tomorrow. You did not ask question, which of the jobs I applied for? And then you call the number back. They say, don't you know the CV you submit? And you say, okay, I tell you I submitted many people. May you not walk into kidnappers then? Somebody, they dug up CVs in a particular place, and they called somebody, they quoted the place. And they said, you can now come and pick the job. But, they say, okay, when should I come? They said, you come tomorrow. They said, but to show commitment that you're ready to pick the job. Because the job, actually, it was the job the person applied for. It was hundreds of thousands. The person know about job. So they are now screaming as if they were the people that you submitted to. Now calling that the job is now yours. I don't know where they got the information from. The data can be breached anywhere. And they said, come for the job. And later on, they called the person to show, because we need somebody urgently, to show that you are going to come actually tomorrow. Commit yourself. Say, I'm committing myself now. Drop, I think, 250,000 or whatever. Commit yourself. Now, everything looks real. Commit yourself so that we won't have to, because we are going to lose a big job if you don't show up. So why should I pay? And we are paying so that we are sure that you are going to come, because we won't want to lose your money. So you will come. To come and collect. You will come. The job was going over 600,000 naira per month. And the person was disturbing her dad. Daddy, I need this money. The dad was like, how can they ask come and pick the job and you are the one paying? They should be the one paying that you are coming to come and pick the job. And it was like that on and forth and on forth. The lady got angry with her dad. And my dad wanted me to lose the job. He got angry after several hours and everything. Then, she now called somebody in the guise of, help me talk to my dad. And everything. Now called somebody. That said, I know about that thing. They finished the employment they are doing some months ago. Information. Fools work in darkness. They don't get enough information. Oh, that's the business now selling in the market. So they just done the business. You didn't find out enough information. That's why don't start any business except you are going through apprenticeship. The information you need for that business, you are going to get it from apprenticeship. People will not tell you all that's about the business. So you go and meet them. Where do you get the goods from? We get it from Dubai. How does it bring? They bring it by ship. And then custom call you, pay this amount for custom. And you think you know the business. So you go and open shop and start the business. You will soon crash. There are details about the business they will not tell you. You only discover it by being an apprentice. Oh, bless this lady daughter of mine. She wanted to start a particular business. Selling of feeds. University graduate, selling of feeds. And she told her husband. He said, we are going to do this business, but we won't just put money. He said, we have money, let's just do it now. You want me to have the husband that is in poultry business. I know about poultry business. I know the feeds we need, that the feed that is selling in the market, move me. He said, no. He said, let me go and do a sales girl for 3 months where they are selling feeds. Drop a degree. Went to where they are selling feeds. Apply for non-manager. Apply for sales girl. He said, what's the education qualification? He said, leave that one. At least I can speak English. Then she got the job. He said, you are a graduate. Say, yes. Why are you doing this job and everything? I just want to learn. Say, no. You are overqualified. I don't care. Say, I'm not here for money. Don't pay me. I will work for you for 3 months. That is somebody who is wise. Are you getting that? Paying somebody to help you fill a form. I already know you are working in darkness. So the person will not tell, how many of you open? Okay, I don't know about you, but people like us, not me, they happen to me. But when email was coming, people open Yahoo with money. And I let you that some people open Facebook with money. They paid. Information. Why are you paying the other person? You call them agents. You are paying them because they have information, which you are too lazy to go and discover yourself. There is no information you are looking for you can't get by yourself. The world has been made simpler. It started with the search engine. Now, search boats, GPT and co, AI, it makes it even easier. There is no information you are looking for you can't get at the tip of your hand. Why will you pay an agent? Tell somebody, be wiser this year. And you know the agents too. Immediately they remove subsidy, they have to increase their price. So you're saying the times are difficult. But because you are not working in light, you are working in dark, even the little you have, what are you doing? You are paying agents. And you can say you can be an agent. Quite a number of you have enough knowledge. Budget manager. You have enough knowledge. You can be agent and consultant for people and collect money. People pay only for information. Are you with me? People pay for information. We call them infopreneurs. Infopreneurs. I remember several years ago, and so people were advertising everywhere. With this amount of money, we can open a website for you. And I was only like this, wow. You pay people to do website, to open website for you. You want people to help you design a website, to help you. And how do people design it for people on website? They were just only blog, WordPress blog. Because people are opening for people. And they call it website. And people don't even understand us. You need to understand us. Before we sell in the market. The wise is informed. Number 2, how do you know somebody who is wise? By his or her interaction. By his or her interaction. Walk with the wise and he will be wise. Walk in the company of fools and he will be a fool. So there is a walk of taking steps. That's number 1. You check the steps you are taking. You check your decisions. Alright? That's why in the multitude of counsel there is safety. Are you getting that? In the multitude of counsel there is safety. You go for counsel. You listen to pastor. You listen to your disciples. You let them counsel you. So that you can be properly informed. But apart from taking steps, the people you work with determine if you are wise or not. The people you work with. Interaction. 2 things in interaction. Number 1, content. Number 2, the company. Number 1, content of your interaction. Number 2, the company you interact with. The company, yes, you are aware. If you work with somebody who is not wise, you will soon not become wise. If you work with somebody who think everybody in Nigeria must steal, you will begin to think you must steal. And you begin to steal. Are you with me? If you work with somebody who think that once you are in this country you can't make it, you have to cross out of this country before you can make it, you will not make it until you leave this country. Because you are working with somebody that thinks like that. You will soon begin to think like that. Thoughts are contagious. Thoughts are contagious. So when people begin to interact with you, the content of their discourse also determine whether you are wise or not. The people you interact with, what do you discuss about? Do you gossip? You are not wise. If you talk about others, you are not wise. You are not wise. Wise people talk about ideas. Ideas opens up your brain. Ideas open up your mind. Talking about people will never open your mind. It will close your mind. Talking about people will close your mind. It will not open your mind. But when you talk about ideas, your mind opens. So talk. What are the contents you talk about? Talk. Don't sit down and be talking about Wura. What is the content of your interaction? So do you want to be wise? Let the content of your interaction be rich. And let the company you keep be rich. When I mean rich, full of ideas. Intelligent people. It's not wrong to drop friends. Just tell somebody, alright, I've been friends with you for the last 8 years. My life has not moved forward. Your life has not moved forward. It's better you go your way, I go my way. So when we meet in front, we can be friends again. Abi? When we meet in front, we can be friends again. But for now, go your way, let me go my way. Listen, you will be richer. Somebody say amen. The neighborhood you stay will change. Somebody say amen. But because you are staying in that neighborhood, what the people you interact with, you discuss with in that neighborhood. So that they won't bring you down to their level. Some people have been living in that neighborhood for the last 40 years. It tells you their thought level. Are you with me? So if you drop to their level, you will stay there for the next. Somebody say God forbid. You must choose. It doesn't mean you snub people. You greet them. But you don't engage in lengthy discussion with people. You greet them. Put out to that was your day. You go your way. You don't now sit down. You now sit down in front of that corridor. That corridor full with sand. Beside the well. You now sit down around the well, all of you. You are now discussing. You are reducing yourself to their level. Are you with me? Because what they will talk about pit latrine. Somebody uses that and did not wash it. That's what they'll be talking about. They are not going to mention jacuzzi. What are we talking about? So if you don't want to stay there long, do you get it? See, there is something that calls something out of you. There is something that calls something out of you. So they are there. And they are still doing aja, be better. And your child is there with them. I pity your child. When you bring your child to the house and it can see here from the next compound, aja, you will increase the volume of your TV and radio. Everything, gaga. In these days, it's not even here for Apple again. A for AI. That is the level now. That is wisdom. That's how to be wise. Interaction determines whether you are wise or not. The people you move with. When somebody tells me that's your friend, I already form an opinion about you. For me, it's not difficult to know what I do in life. If you see my friends, you have an idea what I do in life. And you can't be close to me if you're not ready to do what I do. So when I challenged somebody, I said, you can't be around me and be doing this kind of thing you are doing. It's not possible. Either you have entered the wrong house. Do you get it? You have entered into the wrong house of the wrong disciple. I can't be your father in the Lord or whatever. No. With that kind of lifestyle disciple, no, it can't. You have entered the wrong place. Or you didn't know what you are trying to do. It's not possible. You have my discourse still on Saturday night. It's not, there are two things. So W for your walk in light. I for your interaction. S for your sayings. The wise is known by his sayings. The wise is known by their sayings. Two things I will pick there. Number one, let every man be swift to hear, slow to speak. How do you know you are getting wiser? You are not always quick to speak. The wise man said in Proverbs, he said even at times, fools are thought to be wise when they keep quiet. Fools, they are thought to be wise when they keep quiet. You must learn how to just keep quiet. See, it is wise people that actually keep quiet too. It is fools that keep talking. Whether they have idea or they don't have idea. When they talk about how to fix TV in front of the clock, I know how to do it. It's always fools that always know how to do everything. And they don't actually know how to do it. But the wise first of all sit down and check. Is it television they are talking about or something else? Look, he analyze. The wise thinks before talking. People are discussing. You don't even know where they started discussing from. You just jump into their discourse to show that you know what is going on. Listen, nobody gives you a price for current affairs. Nobody gives you a price for it. Sit down in that discussion first. Try and understand their discourse so that you won't raise points they have raised before. And they say, we know that one. When you say, wow, we know that one. No, it's fish, yeah. So that you won't raise points that they have already raised. But when you sit down, you study, you're able to pick. Listen, one of the ways to show you are wise is that you don't bring your comments, you ask questions. You turn your comments to questions. I'm teaching some people trick. Tolu, you turn your comments into questions. That's the way of the wise. Number two, the sayings of the wise. Gourd. Gourd is that stick that has a nail that they used to push cows when they are plowing. They used to push them. Another word is pause. New Living Translation. He said the words of the wise pause people. You see, your words should spur people into positive action, not reduce them. The sayings of the wise spur people into action. Make them believe in themselves. The sayings of the wise make people to see possibilities. Make people to see to have their I can spirit. I can do in spirit. No, Numbers 13 and 14. Those 10 other spies, they were fools. Their words make people think they cannot do it. They were fools. But the words of Caleb and Joshua make people to think they could do it. That is wisdom. Your words should lift people up. Your words should encourage people. Your words should provoke people into positive action. Your words should put people. That is how to be a wise person. So you want to be wiser? Say more of those words. Say more of those words. Words that will push people on. E. experience is optimized. The wise optimize their experiences. You see, there are some things that should not repeat themselves in your life. It has happened to you, but it should never happen to you again. It doesn't depict wisdom. Do you get it? It doesn't depict wisdom. Something has happened before and it repeats itself. It doesn't depict you are wise. What shows you are wise and getting wiser is that you are learning from it. What contributes to people's wisdom is their experience. Ecclesiastes chapter 1 verse 16. I commune with my own heart, saying, Lo, I am come to great estate, and I have gotten more wisdom than all that have been before me in Jerusalem. Yea, my heart had great experience of wisdom and knowledge. Proverbs chapter 5 verse 1, Amplified Classic. He said, my son, be attentive to my wisdom. How did he get that wisdom? Godly wisdom learned by actual and costly experience. Wisdom comes by experience, especially the experience that costs you something. So there are some things that should not repeat themselves in your life again. Watch out for them. Is somebody listening to me? Not only in your personal life, at work, even in your service in church. Some things need not repeat themselves again. If you are wise, you will have learned from me. And because you have learned from me, you don't want to repeat it again, you are now wiser. So you take steps that will not land you in that place. That's how to be wise. That's what I say. Let me take one more. How? Your readings. Your readings. You are wise by your reading. So if you don't read, you cannot be wiser than you are. I'm not asking you reading for certificate, reading for knowledge. But there's a difference between the two. When you are reading for certificate, you don't really know. You only cram. You cram and answer them and pass and collect your certificate. If I ask some of you to do some of your exams again that you did in first degree and second degree, you'll be looking at me like this. You can't do it again. Because that thing has disappeared. It has gone back to where it came from. You borrowed it and you have returned it to the owner. Or should we try? But reading for knowledge makes you wise. You read. How do I know that you're going to get a when you read when you don't have exam? Reading is not done because of exam. I'm going to add knowledge to you. You read. So you have data. One of the things you should read in your data. Read Wikipedia. Enough of Instagram. Enough of Facebooking. There are so many things you can read online. Many research going on. Many news. Don't read news about Tiwa Savage and Davido. Trending news. Don't read those news. Read news about those planning to go and land on the sun. That's the latest in this year. They want to land on the sun. So they are trying to withdraw their lessons from landing on the moon. They are trying to say they can adapt to land on the sun. That's their lesson now. That's the thing you read. So you're shaking your head. That is the thing that will help you to be wise. You see, the wise are seen at the gate. What do they do at the gate? Discussing correct matters. When you are not wise, you soon have a son. And that's when we say, Daddy, it's possible to land on the sun. You say, for possible, you will melt. Is that Daddy? My daddy is not even wise. He doesn't do anything. My auntie is wiser than my daddy. My auntie is wiser than my daddy. Because you have stopped reading. You know, when you were young, after when they told you the earth rotates, you find it difficult to believe. How many of you remember that? They told you it rotates. That was difficult to believe. Then you got to senior class, SS1. They told you the heart is tilted at 23.5 degrees. That we should have fallen down now all along. Abi? But are you aware that the heart has never been on 20.5 degrees for over 20 years? The heart is no longer on 23.5 degrees. So your church, your nephew came and said, Uncle, they told me now that the heart rotates. Yes, it rotates every 24 hours. You are proving stuff. They told me that it is tilted. Yes, 20.5 degrees. No. 20.5 degrees. No. You cannot, you're not going to fight. You cannot be arguing with your uncle. When did you come to this world? When did you come to this world? I was in this world before you. You see, it is when you have lost points that will be telling a boy that, how old are you? What's your age? When you bring age into matters, it means you have lost your wisdom. It was telling you, I was telling the friends of Job, that I thought wisdom comes by age, but I have come to discover that it's a lie. Yes, I did it the way God planned it. You see it in Exodus. The way God planned it. The older you get, you should become richer and wiser. But it's not always true. It's not always true. So, read. What should you read? Read large and read wide. When you come across newspaper, don't just read the headline news. Go and read the editorial. See, there are things you must learn to gain wisdom. Read editorials. Somebody say editorials. Somebody is asking me if you don't get it. In every daily, as you keep going, there is a part there called editorial, whereby the editor, the chief editor-in-chief, pick a particular topic and from research, do a summary analysis of it and put it there. You see, if you read editorial alone, if you don't read any newspaper, you are current. More current than those reading papers. Editorials. These are things to read. Read this. When last did you read a book? Ask the person beside you. When last did you read a book? Give me the title and the author. And the date you drop off reading it. I'm not saying the one you stop reading in chapter 2. The one you read from beginning to the end. Not the one you stop in chapter 2. That's how to be wiser. You must be involved in reading. Look at Solomon. I think I can read this. Look at Solomon. He said, and God gave Solomon wisdom and understanding, exceeding much, and largeness of heart, even as the sun is. And Solomon's wisdom excelled the wisdom of all the children of the east country, and all the wisdom of Egypt. Now, notice, all the wisdom of who? Of the children of the east country. People from the east are known to be wise. Remember the wise men that came to give Jesus. Where did they come from? From the east. The east dwells on knowledge. Where is the eastern lands? The east dwell on knowledge, the west dwell on power. In these days, part of the eastern land was Greece. That's why if you are reading your first chapter 2, it talks about the wisdom, chapter 1 rather, it talks about Christ is both the wisdom and the power of God. That the Greeks were looking for knowledge, but the Jews were looking for power. The Easterners are always after knowledge. They study. Study is their lifestyle from childhood. They don't stop studying. So he said, for now, Solomon, though he was not from the east, was wiser than the people from the east country, and not the wisdom of Egypt. For he was wiser than all men, than Ethan the Ezrahite, and Iman, and Kakol, and Dahada, the sons of Mahol. And his fame was all insurable. And he spoke 3,000 proverbs. Ask the person beside you, how many proverbs have you spoken? I'm not saying the one you had your parents said, the one you formed yourself, the proverbs. I remember some of my boys then, that I was raising up then. One of them came one day, just said, the dangling tail of a cow doesn't mean it will fall down. I said, which proverb is that? I thought of it now. I know what is the meaning. He said, the way my life is going doesn't mean I will crash. So he said, and he spake 3,000 proverbs. 3,000. And his songs were 1,005. How many songs have you composed? Including you, worship leader. But you can download the latest one and cram it and come and pour it for us. He takes wisdom. And he spake of, look at what Solomon. Solomon was a king. What was he talking about? The Bible says, and Solomon spake of trees. From the cedar tree that is in Lebanon, even unto the hyssop that springeth out of the wall. He was speaking about trees. Solomon knew the botanical name of trees. GSS1, GSS2, they asked you to do with that bomb. Because we are trying to pass, you can't remember their names again. Say, let me hear you. Karika papaya, they always remember that one. They always remember those ones. Tell me the one others don't remember. Are you speaking in tongues?
That's right.
What is rice? Listen, that is what shows you are wise. You are deep in knowledge and understanding. He said he spoke about tree. He also spoke of beasts and of fowl. Watch National Geography on your cable. They're looking at me. Watch animals. Study animals. Study hands. In fact, in learning wisdom, the wise man said, go to the hands and learn wisdom. How many of you have ever gone to that hand to learn wisdom? You don't even practice the Bible you carry. You don't practice Bible. You don't practice Bible, bro. You don't practice Bible. Go to the hand, but you always clean the hand. He didn't say go and clean the hand. He said go to the hand and learn. You are killing them. You are killing them. What are hands? Coin. Yes, you are right. Coin. But you want to see that black thing like this, you are trying to kill it. You not say, that one with the big head, that one is most dangerous. No, that is the queen. That one is what you should study. Study how they protect it. That's how to be wise. If you are wise, it won't bite you. Go to the ants and learn. Go to the ants and learn. Don't you see them, they will just be matching. They will come to your food, they will be packing it and be going. That's how to learn hard work. How did they know there is food there? That tells you they have a nose for opportunities. You go and learn how to get nose for opportunities. They can smell opportunity from afar. But there are no ants here before. Suddenly, 2 minutes, I left it, they are all here. They have nose for opportunity. And they make haste in maximize the opportunity. They do not slow down. They don't procrastinate. Go to the hands and learn. See Solomon. Solomon was not only learning from the hand. He said, he spake also of beasts. Beast there is not dog. Beast is not cat. Cat and dog are domestic animals. Beasts are wild animals. How can he be studying? And he was not watching National Geography in his days. So he was speaking of that means he leaves the palace, he goes to the forest, he studies them. But if you leave your house, where are you going to? Ventura. Popcorn and film. And the film you are going to watch, they only make you laugh. Yeah, what is the lesson? We shall laugh. We shall laugh. No, you say, I can't watch a film that this person is saying. Why? I just want to laugh. I don't want to know what they are doing. I just want to laugh. Solomon did not become wise by laughing. He didn't become wise by putting in his front comedians. You could afford comedians. Was not the king, the richest man in his days. Couldn't afford comedians. You could have put comedians in the palace and be making him laugh from morning to night. This one you are paying 10,000 for regular ticket, 50,000 for VIP, then 1 million for VVIP, then 5 million for VVVIP. People for 5. Solomon, they will gladly come and entertain him with comedy for free of charge. You have a comedian in his bedroom, comedian in the restroom, comedian in the sitting room, comedian in the everywhere. That's his story like another comedian. You know, the way people put screen everywhere in their house. You just put comedian everywhere in his house. Don't be funny like the comedian. Just be like, But that's how to learn wisdom. You want to learn wisdom? Even if you are going to watch film, watch serious film, not comedy. Somebody doesn't like me. He said, of beasts and of creepy things, of creepy, length of snakes, and of fishes. So length fish, that means he went by the water side, and he was checking the way was capturing them, and everything. That is wisdom. And there came of all people to hear the wisdom. What was his wisdom? What was he talking about? His wisdom was not even how to make money. His wisdom was animal, nature. That was his wisdom, not how to make money. And because they are coming to learn and hear his wisdom, they are bringing money. You don't come to the king's house empty-handed. So they are big money. So wisdom will make you richer without working for money. Somebody hearing me? Wisdom will make you richer. Because we are coming to learn from you. They will come with something. You don't need to charge them. They will come with something. Ope Rowland, I was coming. So I saw this bread on the way. I brought it. Meanwhile, you pray, God supply bread. And they brought the bread and they gave it to you. You ate bread. I put this better. Don't worry. Values increase. Before our father the Lord talked about when he went to preach and he gave me 4 cabin biscuits. You heard that before? And a cup of 3 top. You don't even know 3 top. It's like what's 3 top now? No, 3 top don't last 50. You see now. Split up is what's this black thing that used to be in that big bottle? Boom. It's like boom. So you put a little in plenty water. I remember my nursery, I'm nursery one day. They will put it in the cover like this. They will now take one bucket of water, one bath of water. All of us will now gather around it. We'll gather around it. They will now pour that one cup into it. They will now mix the thing. They will give us. I will see if you say it's sweet. Oh my God. So they gave daddy 1 cup of that and 4 carry biscuit after 4-day ministration. But now daddy speak for 10 minutes, he gets millions. So value increase. So the day they bring bread, don't despise the day of it to begin. The person that cannot accept bread with thanksgiving will never have the opportunity of receiving millions. You do these things. Do more of this and you'll be wiser. What are you to do? Walk in light. You remember that? What did I say? What? Walk in light. Interact with wise company and let the content of your discussion be rich. Somebody say rich. You didn't say it the way I said it. Rich. Not watery discussion. What are these things you should do? Your sayings should be wise. Do you remember that? Your sayings should be wise. What is the next one? Learn from your experience. Optimize your experience and the experience of others. You don't have to wait for something to happen to you. Learn from the experience of others. And what was her? Reading.
We hope you've been greatly blessed. That which we have seen and heard, declare we unto you, that you also may have fellowship with us. And truly our fellowship is with the Father and with His Son, Jesus Christ.
Contact and follow us on all our social media handles
at MIV Word House. Stay strong, vigorous, and victorious.